What's good, everybody? This is John J. Gaiman coming on the mic here, and we got another episode of the Earlham Dynasty here on NCAA 14. And today we got ourselves a home game against Ole Miss. They're currently 4-2 on the season, 2-1 in SEC play. We are B+ across the board with a B defense. Meanwhile, we have an F overall rating, F offense, and a D- defense. But these past couple of games, we've shown a little bit of promise, man. We haven't been blown out. We're 1-4 with 1-2 in MAC play, and we got some really good guys coming in to visit today. So it's going to be a really good episode. So I need you guys to do me a favor and please smash that like button for me, as well as hit subscribe. You have to be brand new and like what you see here on the channel. Let's get this game in against the Ole Miss Rebels. Let's get it. Alright, man, so we are going to go ahead. We're going to take on an SEC squad. It's certainly going to be interesting. As Terrain Patton, he's going to start running out for his life. He gets to the outside. Does end up picking up a first down for us, so as we try to keep this thing rocking and rolling. One thing that we do got going for us is that we do get the ball first to start this game, so we do have an opportunity. As St. Wilhelm gets lit up like a Christmas tree, we still have a chance here, man, to put some points on the board and maybe take an early lead. That is one thing that's nice about having the ball first. We got to make sure to take advantage of it. And so far, it seems like we actually are. As St. Wilhelm, he gets his first catch of the day and gets us a nice little 13-yard gain. Gets us to midfield as we'll try to pick up another first down here. Patton going to try to roll out to the outside. Gets it out to John Evans. He can't quite slow down enough to cut up field before going out of bounds, but a nice little gain for us there as well. As we got third and long coming up for us, though, as Patton will look around, going to try to get it to Henry B. York, but they're going to stop him just short of the marker, though. And so, that being said, we only need one more inch. Going to try to fake him out to the outside, get it to Aaron Bull, but he can't make it in there. He's going to be stuffed short, and on our first drive of the game, man, we actually turn it over on downs. You hate to see it, and we give Ole Miss some field position, but you know what? As long as the coach says he wants to go for it, I have no problem with it, as that is part of our house rules. It's only 1 inch, and gotta risk it for the biscuit sometimes in order to go ahead and pull off an upset like this. This will be great for the channel. As we get and hit on the quarterback, we do get him off the field, thankfully. But we go free and out on our next possession. So here comes the Ole Miss Rebels once again. We got to make another stop here, fellas. First drive, we played fantastic on our first drive. Let's see if this defense can repeat that performance again here for Ole Miss's second offensive drive of the game. And getting a loss on that screen right there is definitely going to help us out. Let's keep that positive energy going as we give all that yardage right back. Of course we do. John Campbell just runs it right down the middle. His first carry of the game. Going for 13 yards. You hate to see it. As we got 3rd and inches now. Chris Kane taking it out to the outside. He's going to pick up plenty of yards as well. As Kyle Kane picks up 17 on the outside. Ole Miss deep in Earlham territory now. We got 1st and 10 coming up here. Kane going to drop back to pass once more. Finds Christensen up the middle of the field. He found the soft spot in our zone and picks up 7 because of it. As now they got another 2nd and short to work with now as Kane will drop back. We send the pressure, and if we had a little bit more time, we would have definitely gotten to that quarterback. We still force the incompletion, though, so I'm not going to complain. But it's 3rd and short now, though. As Campbell going to try and take it up the middle. He gets met at the line of scrimmage, but can't bring him down in time. John Campbell gets the first down for the Rebels. It's now 1st and 10 coming up. Kane going to take it to the right-hand side. Giving it off to Campbell as well. This time barreling forward, breaking a couple of tackles. Almost managed to escape out of all that and got himself a touchdown, but Still going to be a 1st and goal for the Rebels as they try to find the end zone for the very first time today. And it looks like it might happen right here as Kyle Kane gets it in there. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Then the Rebels from the SEC going to strike first here. So let's see what our offense can do, man. We had a promising first drive, but ever since we haven't had a first down yet, so we're going to try to get it back going here as Terrain Patton again going to run to the outside. Nearly picks himself a first down here as well. Already his 3rd rush of the day as we got 3rd and short coming up here. Going to try to run it up the gut with Terrain Patton off the read option. He's going to end up picking up 12 yards on the carry. The first set of downs now that we get to work with for Earlham is now 1st and 10. Patton facing the blitz and trying to get that wheel route out. We had Aaron Bell open, the custom recruit, but unfortunately just didn't have enough time to get it to him. So incompletion as a result of that as we try again on 2nd and 10. Again, we had Miami Thomas open, a different receiver, but same result though. And now facing a 3rd and long here. Got to put in some work as Patton looking around, finding somebody to go to. Actually going to try to run it upfield. Picks up some yards, but fumbles it out of bounds. And on 4th and 4, we're across our territory once again. Coach allowing us the opportunity to pick this play. Trying to go for it all on 4th down, but John Evans, it's incomplete though. And that does mean that we give the ball back once again. Already 2 occasions where we have a turnovers on downs. And, you know, we're just making it too easy for Ole Miss right now. This is a very explosive offense that we certainly have to deal with. And giving them this great field position is not going to help. But, again, if we punt the ball away, we're just, that's not going to help our chances of winning either. Again, you know, I said it before, I said again, got to risk it for the biscuit. And, you know, for the 2nd time, we do not get the biscuit that we're going after. And now Ole Miss is deep in our own territory again in the red zone now. And it's going to be even deeper in the red zone after Campbell breaks through a couple of tackles. Caden Doeman, the custom recruit safety, get ran over right there. And now 1st and 10 coming up for Ole Miss. It might as well be 1st and goal, though. As John Campbell for the last play of the 1st quarter takes it upfield for a 5-yard gain. As this does end the 1st quarter of play, we're keeping it pretty close despite everything that's happened. It's only 7-0. Let's see if we can keep this up. So let's go, man. 2nd quarter officially underway. Let's get it. And it's a 2nd and 5 that Kane going to try to throw towards the end zone. Great effort by that receiver, but they're going to get it incomplete. Wideout couldn't get his foot down. As now 3rd and 5, try to keep him out of the end zone, throwing it short over to Thompson on that right-hand side. It's incomplete as well, and Ole Miss actually has to settle for a field goal. So 2nd quarter of play, granted, but they're only up by 10. Not bad for playing against an SEC team, and we can also make some plays ourselves, man. St. Wilhelm putting in some work for us, a 29-yard gain. And for the 3rd time today, Earlham is in Ole Miss territory. But the results haven't been positive yet as we try to throw it over the middle. We are looking for Miami Thomas. And it's going to be intercepted here, man. Not a good play by Terrain Patton, as Waller just read that like a book. And so easy play for the defender to make. And Ole Miss once again with the football after another turnover. Page going to go ahead and score once again for the Rebels. And in a blink of an eye, it is now a free possession ball game. Ole Miss quickly up 17-0. And that's what happens when you give a team with an explosive offense like Ole Miss extra chances. They usually take advantage of it, and they certainly did there. So we got to be careful of how we approach this next drive, because this could easily get out of control. Obviously, we don't want that to happen. So we got 1st and 10 now. Patton looking around, going to throw it short to John Evans. He picks up 7 yards at the very least. Nice play to get some rhythm for the quarterback. As now we got 2nd and short coming up here. Going to try to hit him with the play action. See what can happen. For the most part, we've had success with this. Although Patton going right down, though. Didn't have time to make any reads whatsoever. And now we got 3rd and long. Gotta play it smart here as Patton, looking over the right-hand side, finds Miami Thomas. He takes a shot, but still manages to hang on to the football there. And a fresh set of downs for the Quakers to work with. As 2 plays later, gonna go ahead and run the read option. Terrain Patton with some space, but does end up getting caught from behind. Still a 14-yard carry for another 1st down. Patton actually has been pretty solid on the ground, almost 50 yards rushing already. As Patton will throw over in the middle, get it over to Henry B. York quickly on the slant pattern. And he picks up 15 for Earlham. As a couple plays later, we got 3rd and long now. Want to try to finish this drive with a touchdown. Throwing it over to the left-hand side. Get it to Miami Thomas, who nearly gets it in there. But a huge 3rd down grab for Earlham. For the first time today, we got ourselves 1st and goal to work with. Let's see if Patton can punch it in, and he does! Finds St. Wilhelm over the middle. Touchdown, Earlham! And the Quakers taking a 10-point deficit as Earlham gets on the scoreboard for the very first time today. Now let's see if our defense can step up here. First drive, did what we needed to do, but we haven't been able to do that ever since. It'll be great if we can get a stop here on defense. We got 2nd and 10 going up. Kyle Kane throwing it over to the right-hand side, dumping it off to Rashawn Weir, the backup tailback for the Rebels. And he picks up 8 yards. As now 3rd and 2nd, trying to run for the 1st down, and does manage to do so. The sad part is we had an opportunity to stop it, and of course, because I'm terrible on defense from a user perspective, I miss my guy. And it's a 1st and 10 for Ole Miss. And they're very close to picking up his 1st down here as well, as Rashawn Weir getting his 2nd catch, getting involved on the pass catching duties here in this drive. As they go off to Campbell once again, who barrels right up the gut. And we do a pretty good job on run defense, but they still pick up the 1st. As 2 plays later, 2nd and 7. Kane dropping back. No, gonna hand it off to Learvo. We've been bamboozled. And it certainly showed right there. It was Sean picking up another 1st down for the Rebels. As Ole Miss is on the move once again and poised to get into that end zone once again. As they throw short to Campbell. He's stopped in the backfield. So we do at least get him to another 4th down. Let's see if we can get some luck with this field goal attempt. Looks like it's only a 40-yarder. Should be a makeable kick as the kick is up, and it's no good. It doinks out, and Ole Miss doesn't come away with any points from this drive. And suddenly, 55 seconds left, Earlham has an opportunity to make this a 1-score game. Let's see if Earlham can take advantage. Trying to throw it to the outside, looking for Miami Thomas. That throw on the run, not a good idea, and it turns into an incompletion. Is now 2nd and 10 coming up now. Patton will drop back once again. Running for his life. Somehow gets out of that tackle. Gets out of bounds and picks up the 1st down here as well. Terrain Patton now with 50-plus rushing yards. As a couple plays later now, 40 seconds left. And Earlham still has 2 timeouts. Going to throw it over in the middle. Finds Pete Wise. Nice job by Pete for stopping in his tracks and picking up the 1st down. And Earlham's going to go into their no huddle. They don't go into this very often, even when they're down by a bunch. But they're going to take every chance they can get. They're trying to put points on the board as Pete Wise making another great catch right over in the middle. And now we're in deep in Ole Miss territory once again. Patton looking around, trying to throw it towards the end zone. Miami Thomas had it, but he drops the pass. That would have been 6 points, baby. You got to make that grab. But instead, we got 2nd and 10. We got to hope we can still make a play here. Trying to throw it to the outside. Is not looking good as we throw another incompletion. As now we got 3rd and long. Once again, Terrain Patton in the shotgun. 3 wideouts to the right. Gonna throw it over the middle. Has Adam Pitts right over the middle. What a diving grab. I can't believe they didn't call that a touchdown. I could have swore he made it into the end zone, man. I could have swore. But Terrain Patton got shaken up, and now Matt Lewis is in the game. And the first thing he does, he gets to the end zone with Aaron Ball. Touchdown for Earlham. And just like that, it's a 3-point game going into halftime, second half coming. Can we get win number 2 of the season? Let's get it. All right, man. Second half underway. We're only down by 3 points against an SEC squad. That's what I love to see right there. Now, let's go ahead. Let's keep that same energy. We now know that we can play with these guys. I know this is not a talented team that we have to work with. When you're a 20 overall, we can't spell talent, right? But these guys are certainly playing hard, man. They're not going to go down without a fight. And Ole Miss is finding it out the hard way. But we also have our limitations, though. As Walden breaks the tackle, he gets to the end zone easily. Touchdown, Ole Miss. And they extend this thing to a 2-score game. So we just received word on the injury situation for Terrain Patton. He sprained his elbow on that last drive in the first half. And so that is going to mean he's going to be out for 3 weeks. So he's done for the rest of the day. And for these next couple of games afterwards, we're going to have to try and figure out how to get some offense going without our starting quarterback out there on the football field. So not only is the quarterback situation something that we're going to have to deal with for the rest of this game, but we're going to have to deal with that for the rest of the, couple of other games too. So really going to need a defense to step up as long as some guys on the offensive side of the ball too, so that we can weather through this tough situation. As guys already know, we don't have a lot of guys on the team. So when guys get hurt, it's definitely not a good sign. It probably hurts us the most more than any other team. Just because we don't have the manpower to really replace guys. As we're seeing it right now, Ole Miss early on here in the second half, they're just simply having our way with us. Our first drive obviously went 3 and out, so getting another look at the Rebels offense here as Kane going to drop back, going to throw over to the left-hand side to find Campbell. He picks up some decent yards and makes it a more manageable third down situation for the Rebels. As we get him on a 3rd and 6, though, got to get him off the field as it's a screen, and we get him off. Let's go, baby. That's what we need. So we get the field goal, but once again, we don't get a single first down. You hate to see it as Kane going to throw to the right-hand side. We sniff out that screen. It's not going to work on us, man. We know we can read that whenever they have that motion, and it definitely shows there. As a 2nd and long now that Ole Miss has to deal with, as we almost had that interception. But Mark Jackson still able to make his first catch of the day. And it goes for a first down as well. As Ole Miss now deep into Earlham territory again. And it looks like it could be another touchdown for Ole Miss, and it is. Touchdown Rebels as Kyle Kane takes it 29 yards. And just like that, it makes it a 20-point game. And I don't know where our offense went. I don't know if the Monstars took whatever little talent that we have left, but we haven't gotten a single first down in, the second half, and that's why I haven't shown any offensive highlights for us. Not that we're turning the ball over or anything like that, but it's just we can't do anything on offense right now. It's been a tough one for the squad, as we do get a little bit lucky with a clipping penalty. That was going to be a big game too, by the way, if it wasn't for that. But instead, we got him on a 3rd and long. 3rd and 19. Got to make sure we get him off the field. But they throw out to the right-hand side. Page makes another catch. And it's a 20-yard gain. So they pick up the first down. And that's how this 3rd quarter ends, man. Ole Miss starting to run away with it. We're down by 20 points now. Let's see if we can get the momentum back, or if Ole Miss is going to completely run away with this game, man. Let's go. Come on, guys. All right, y'all. 4th quarter officially underway. Let's get it. As now, first play of the 4th quarter going to be a quick pass play out to Pittman. And he got some nice moves, too. Almost jukes Josh Hill out of the shoes. And now 1st and 10 coming up here. Kane going to drop back. Going to throw to left-hand side. It's incomplete. Looks like the offensive players ran into each other. So now 2nd and 10 coming up here. Kane going to drop back to pass once again. Going to try to scramble out to the right-hand side as well. Breaks one tackle. Eventually gets dragged down at around the 10-yard line. Another big run for Kyle Kane. He has well over 100 yards rushing. As we got him in a 3rd and goal. Let's get these boys off the field. Force another field goal. But instead, it's Kane once again, striking in the darkness. Another touchdown for Ole Miss. And it's just been a rough one, man, as we're just trying to find some sort of rhythm here in the second half. As Matt Lewis, you know, he's trying his best, man, but we can't get anything going. Although Matt gets a nice little scramble right there. He's not as quick as Terrain Patton, but he still has a little bit of elusiveness that we can use in the open field. And that's our first down of the entire second half as Matt Lewis goes backwards on the very next play, takes a shot. And we're in a 3rd and long once again, man. This is not what we want to be in, as they're expecting the pass, going to try to throw deep to St. Wilhelm, see if he can do something. But it's just not going to happen. We have to punt this thing away. I may be dumb, but I'm not stupid, as that is another failed drive for Earlham. We go empty-handed once again, and we're just hoping that our defense can do something for us here, as we're approaching the last 5 minutes of this game. Kane going to take another read option, get to the outside, and almost get to the midfield as well before he was finally brought down, as now they got a fresh set of downs to work with. 1st and 10, as Kane will drop back to pass this thing, going to throw it short over to the right-hand side, finds the tight end Christensen, and he picks up a 1st down here as well. Good for his 2nd catch of the day, as they're moving down more methodically. Usually they're a little bit more of a no-huddle squad, but with the big lead that these guys have managed to accumulate over the course of the second half, they're going to go ahead, slow it down a little bit, try to run some time off the clock, as Kane will again try to run out and somehow manages to get out of it. We had it. We had him down for a sack. We really did. And just the lack of ability to tackle is really hurting us right now, and we're definitely seeing it as well, as Kane going to throw over in the middle, get that ball loose at the very least, but there's another guy hurt. Looks like it's Thomas Hall. He's holding his ribs. Hopefully it's not major, but that's not a good sign whatsoever, as we're just getting whittled down the physicality of SEC play. We're seeing it firsthand, and our guys are not liking it. That's our 2nd guy that went down. As they go over in the middle once again, Christensen with another 1st down, barreling over a couple of guys. At least we got a big hit on him this time around. We got 3rd and goal coming up here as they try to run down what's left of this clock. Going to be a handoff to Campbell. We do at least keep him out of the end zone, and we make Ole Miss settle for a field goal. That's going to do it here, though. Ole Miss wins this thing by a final score of 44-14. Let's go ahead and check out the stats for our guys to see how we did in this ball game. Alright, man, so we lose another game here, and I'll tell you what, guys, this was probably the one that hurts the most for me so far this season. We were right in the thick of things, then we lose our starting quarterback at the end of the first half, and we were in the second half, we couldn't get anything going. I didn't show any offensive highlights for us in that second half, because we didn't turn the ball over necessarily, but we literally could not get a single 1st down in the second half. So, I mean, the defense did what it could, but it could only hold out for so long, and, you know, Ole Miss was able to pull away, man. Checking out the stats for us, though, and Terrain Patton actually had his best day, probably as a collegiate quarterback. He was 15 for 24, 196 yards, had 1 touchdown and 1 pick, but he did sprain his elbow, so that means he's going to be out for a little bit. Matt Lewis came in as a backup, but he literally didn't do anything besides coming in that last play of the first half for us and threw a touchdown off the screen. He was only 5 for 8 for 15 yards. Now, the running game, we actually did a pretty decent job of getting our run game going. Terrain Patton did lead us in rushing yards today. He had 9 carries for 53 yards, and backup running back Michael Mason had some decent yardage once he got some action, you know, when the game got out of hand the last drive. He actually had 3 carries for 12 yards as well. As for the receivers, they got a decent amount of work, and the custom recruits, for the most part, they had a pretty solid day. Henry B. York led the way with 5 catches total for 36 yards, but he didn't have the most receiving yards, though. That belongs to Miami Thomas. He had the most yards out of any receiver. For wideouts or tight ends, he had 52 yards receiving. St. Volham had 3 catches for 44 yards, and that led to a touchdown. And then Aaron Ball had our second touchdown. He had 3 catches for 2 yards. Now, defensively, our team did whatever it could. It tried its very best, but, you know, we couldn't get anything going for our offense, so defense had to be out there a whole lot longer, and that's just not a recipe for success. Justin White did lead the team in total tackles. He had 8 tackles, followed by Reggie Chapman, who, you know, he got a little shaken up towards the end. We'll have to check out what happened to him, see how his injury status is looking like. In the meantime, though, we actually did have a sack. Jamie Johnson, he had 3 TFLs and had a sack, so Jamie Johnson did come through with a pretty solid game. But again, no turnovers. We lost the turnover battle, and that was one of the reasons why we lost this game here today. So after the game, we did go ahead and check out the injury report to see what's going on with Reggie Chapman as well as Terrain Patton. Now, Patton, we already knew, sprained his elbow, so he's going to be gone for the next few weeks. But Reggie Chapman, we found out some extremely bad news with him. He actually tore his pectoral muscle, so he's going to be out for the next 8 weeks. So it looks like his season is likely going to be done. I would be shocked if he came back. And it wasn't a bad year for being a true freshman walk-on. He had 23 tackles, 1 TFL, 1 interception. I think it's one of the only interceptions that we have in this entire season so far. So we're definitely going to miss Reggie Chapman and his growth that he had on the field over the course of the season. So we did make it to the halfway point. We're currently sitting at 1-5. So what I'm going to do for the very next episode, I'm going to have a recruiting special for you guys next time this Earlham series drops here on the channel. I will be highlighting the best non-linemen that we are currently going after in this recruiting class. Be taking a look at the best guys that we want to bring onto this team going into season 2. I hope you guys are excited for it, and if you are, please do me a favor and smash that like button for me, as well as hit subscribe. You have to be brand new and like what you see here on the channel. It only takes a few seconds, and it helps grow the community that we got going on here. Until then, I'll see you guys next time, and I hope you all are out there having a wonderful day. Take care, everybody.